Hi, I'm Anne from lookingforchange.co.uk, and in this video I'm going to be introducing you to the tapping points that we use in the shortcut method. So if you're brand new to tapping, congratulations, you've just found a technique that could change your world. And if you're one of my new clients, welcome to the instruction bit. Ain't going to do any science, we're going to get straight into doing, because if you know me, it's all about action, it's all about energy, it's all about doing. So the shortcut method, we're going to be working on the area from the top of the head just down to under the arm. So it's something that you can do anytime, anywhere. And you may notice as well that sometimes some of the points are areas that you may actually already touch. So if you've got a headache, you may find yourself sort of rubbing this area. So tapping, acupuncture without needles, result. Very simple technique, very powerful technique. So I would suggest that if you're not working with a practitioner, you perhaps have a tapping buddy, somebody that you can work with and see what happens for you. But it is very much about you experimenting. I'm going to give you the instructions, but then it's for you to practice. That's the joy of the whole thing about tapping. So let's begin with what's called the karate chop point, and not surprisingly, it's the point that if you were the Karate Kid, you would be slicing through those pieces of wood. So it's on the edge of the hand, just about halfway, and we tap on that just using a couple of fingers on there. Now you can tap with either hand or on either hand, and that's why I encourage you to experiment and see what's comfortable for you. So the very first point, the karate chop point. Then we move to the top of the head, and we find this in quite a fun way. We put our thumbs on the tops of our ears, and then we go straight up to the top, and it's in this area. It's sometimes referred to as the crown of the top of the head, you'll see it referred to. And we just use a bunch of fingers and kind of tap in there. Now, one of the questions I often get asked about tapping is, does it work quicker if I tap harder? No. What we're looking at is tapping gently but firmly, and about 5 to 7 times on each point. You'll get the hang of it the more that you tap. So the crown, or top of the head point, and then we come down to the eyes, and the first point round the eyes is just here, just on this bone right at the top here, and I usually use 2 fingers here. And then moving round to the side of the eye, just follow the eyebrow line round to this point at the edge where you'll feel the bone, and again tap here, and then under the eye. And now I'm going to pull another one of my funny faces. The next point is here, just in the furrow just under your nose. And I find if I just curl my lip under, it just makes it that little bit easier to get to the right point. Then down to the chin. And then the last 2 points, we're again moving down around the collarbone and the underarm, are sometimes a little bit more difficult to find. So I'm going to give you some hints and tips on what to do as you learn here. So we follow the collarbone round, just follow it round, and you'll find where the 2 bones meet, just drop down a little bit, there's a little dent. And in here, if you tap just on either of those points, or if you are not sure I've got the right point, what I sometimes do is just use the flat of my hand, or just make a little fist. There we go. Then the underarm. Now, ladies, pretty simple to find because it's about level with your bra strap. So let me just turn sideways, and sort of about here is where you're tapping. Now you can obviously do the monkey, or you can do the reaching under and tapping there. Now, if you're like me and a little well endowed, sometimes that's not very comfortable. But what you can do is just use the inside of your wrists. It hits exactly the same meridians. So let me just run you through those again. At the beginning, we'd use the karate chop point, and then we'd start crown of the head, round the eyes, under the nose, the chin, the collarbone, and then the underarm. And that's it. Is there any significance in the sequence? Yes, there is. I can remember it that way. That's about it. As long as you cover all the points, it really doesn't matter where you start. And if you watch videos from other practitioners, you'll find they may start on the side of the eye. If that works for you, fantastic. So now you have the basics. Go away, tap, and if you have any comments or if you've any insights that you'd like to share, please get in touch. But that's it. That's all you need to know. Told you it was simple.